Hi everyone, I'm Max, the CTO at Lexicon, and I'm here with Justin, our digital storytelling director, and David, our CEO. So guys, I was walking by the boardroom last time and I heard someone talking about executive branding. Seems like we're launching a new service.
That sounds like something David would say.
Yes, I'm very excited to announce here today that we are actually launching a new function of Lexicon. So it's called executive branding. It's designed to position Bangkok's business leaders as well-renowned, well-respected, and more importantly, known. You know, whether you like it or not, everybody has a personal brand. People see you in a particular way. So what we're doing is helping people to be framed as they want to be framed, as the industry leader, thought leader, expert that they truly are.
Yeah, just to add to that, the personal brand of an executive is truly one of the best assets a company has, particularly in the B2B sphere. And there's data to back this up. Like the vast majority of professionals would recommend a company, or more likely to recommend a company if they follow one of their executives on social media. So like I was saying, in the B2B sphere, particularly on LinkedIn, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to get the message out there. And a lot of businesses are not doing LinkedIn marketing well. So we noticed a sort of gap in the market, and we're trying to address this to help executives do better on LinkedIn.
Yeah, absolutely. The genesis of this idea is that, as you know, Max, we recently went through a restructuring and set up these 3 business units. So each business unit is now very much focusing on what it does best. And one of Justin's team's key areas has been executive branding on LinkedIn. And it's a real USP for us. We're very much a B2B marketing focused company. And what we found is that there's really nobody that's doing executive branding well in Bangkok. So we have at this point 100 case studies of success, and we wanted to make it its own division with its own dedicated team underneath Justin, so that we can truly deliver the best executive branding to our clients.
Right. If you're scrolling through LinkedIn and you see content that really pops, chances are Lexicon produced it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, great. So great results. I guess, yeah, I feel that when I scroll on LinkedIn, I follow a few people, I tend to look at the people I follow more, not so much of faceless brands, right?
Yeah, so people are way more likely to trust individuals rather than corporations, right? It's just a natural human instinct. If you know somebody individually, you're way more likely to interact positively with them than a sort of faceless corporation, right? So definitely businesses need to start utilizing this more.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus the algorithm of LinkedIn actually favors individual accounts. So if we have you and Lexicon post the same content, your post would do better, because LinkedIn wants, for whatever reason, they favor individual accounts. So you've got that human aspect that Justin mentioned, where people are anyway going to interact better with the personal accounts. But the way LinkedIn's set up is to favor personal accounts. So what we tend to do is use many people within an organization, and we help each of them to tell their individual story, which connects back to the original brand story. So through video content, through articles, through captions, through strategy, through making a personal brand strategy for these individual people, we can really help our clients and our new clients to come to be well known and well respected in the business community.
All right. Yeah, I've myself seen a few personal brand pop on LinkedIn recently, right? It's getting more active. I can see some very successful. I guess we're managing some of those, right? Or
yeah, like I said, if you see something interesting on LinkedIn, if you see the 3-act structure caption, where we try to do a hook, so provocative sentence or question as the opener, and then details, and then call to action at the end, chances are I wrote that.
Yes, but of course we can't actually mention who we're working with, because discretion is very important in these
but you
matters.
guys know who you are.
So basically what the clients are able to do is just outsource the whole thing to us. So it sounds like a lot of work, but all we really need from the client is an hour or so a month, maybe even less than that. We'll create all the content, we'll write all the captions. All we really need them for is to approve, and ideally to come into the studio, record some videos like this, podcasts, direct to camera stuff, because the multimedia content is what really stands out on LinkedIn. It allows you to show your personality, to connect with other thought leaders, and to leverage their brand to reach even more people. So one of our key selling points at Lexicon is that we have our own in-house studio and an amazing production team, which we can see here, but you guys at home can't see.
Great.
You raise a good point. So obviously executives are extremely busy people. So that's why planning and strategy is so important. So when we onboard a new client, we develop a strategy for them. We make sure that the tone of voice is understood by everybody. We make sure we're aligned. We have content pillars. And then most importantly, we schedule. So we've got content calendars for up to 3 months in advance. So then we only do need that 1 hour of time or so for them to sign off on things. And then it's like we're off to the races, we're good to go. And then when they come into the studio, ideally what we want them to do is record several videos, so up to 3 videos. So that's a bit of a tough day. You know, it's challenging. Being on camera is it's not the easiest thing in the world. But if we're properly prepared and we get lots of video content in 1 day of shooting, then that's all the time we need from you. You're good to go for 3 months.
Plus, we have a teleprompter for people who are a bit more shy. We have a director on the set too to help them to feel relaxed and confident. So it's a couple of hours of commitment, but it's fun.
Right, and the magic of editing, the whole point is to make you guys look good. So hopefully they can do this for us here.
So I'm just gonna maybe spend an hour per month validating some content, a little bit of time in the studio, and I'm gonna have this amazing LinkedIn content on my feed. I'm gonna look amazing on LinkedIn, basically. But who's gonna look at this? How do I get, how do I reach the right people?
That's a great question. So again, the business account is limited in that you can actually connect to people in a business account. They have to choose to find your page and to follow you. Whereas for an individual account, you can select who you want to talk to. So you could say, for example, that you want to be connected to every single CEO in Bangkok. We'll handle that for you. We have automation software that we have designed that allows us to connect to every single CEO, every single CTO, CFO. Depending on what sector you want to be in, we can choose job title, industry, location. So for example, if you've got a very niche industry and you want to connect to every single HR director in the pharmaceutical industry in the Eastern Seaboard, we can do that for you. So we're growing your audience on a daily basis. We add up to 400 connections every month. So over the course of a year, you'll grow by 5,000 people. And that'll be very targeted, very relevant, perfect customers for you. And you position yourself as their guide, help them every day, and be there when it's time to buy.
Yeah, just to add to that, when we start with the connection adding, we generally like to begin with the client's CRM list or existing contacts because they'll actually already be familiar with the person. So way more likely to engage with the content, comment on it, like it, and all of that stuff. And then when you bring in the other people through targeted connection adding, they already see the people that are engaging with the content. So they're way more likely to see it in their feed, and they're way more likely to engage with it as well. I think some of the best feedback, it's not super tangible, but what I love hearing from clients is when they go, hey, people are talking about my video. I went to this British Chamber of Commerce event last night, and everybody saw my video. That kind of feedback is like, all right, we're working here.
Absolutely. And from personal experience, I've been doing this myself for years. And exactly what Justin said, all the time, when I meet people, even though I've never met them, they say, oh, we're David Norcross, right? Lexicon, right? Oh yeah, we're friends on LinkedIn. Okay.
You're the storytelling guy.
I'm the storytelling guy, yeah. So my personal brand has been to try to frame me as that person. And it works. Lexicon here today is the result of primarily successful LinkedIn executive branding. So nobody is better placed than us to tell a story of our clients.
Right. So if I'm an executive and I have a little bit of money to spend on marketing, it's not only good for the company, but it's good for myself as well, right? Because I'm boosting my own profile.
Absolutely. And whether you like it or not, you have a brand reputation, you have a personal brand. It's whether you choose to define it or not. If other people are going to say things about you and position you in a certain way, get ahead of that and position yourself in the best possible way. You can use it for your internal company culture to highlight what's going on behind the scenes, that you're a nice boss or that you have a good company culture. You can show that you're connected to many different types of clients, that you're popular at events, as well as your thought leadership, your original content. So there's so much you can do with that personal brand, but you need a strategy and you need support from talented storytellers.
Yeah, absolutely. David's it's a good case study because he's like kind of the the template that we use for. I hate to call you a template, but you do things that work really well on LinkedIn, and then we take that and then duplicate it. Well, okay, I'm saying template and duplicate a lot here, but
So corporate these days.
yeah, absolutely. No, but just it's the system works, and then we apply it to our clients, and then they get success from it as well. So David's a testament to this. Like he was saying, it was a one-man show a few years ago, and now 50 plus employees. So the system works. You just need to be active. And like I was saying, executives super busy, so we can do it for you.
Absolutely.
And I didn't think about it, but actually it can be used for recruitment or pretty much everything as long as you're visible and popular in a way.
Definitely. You can show behind the scenes what it's like to work there in a way that you really can't do otherwise. It's authentic. The stuff that we do at Lexicon, we really do it, but our LinkedIn helps to show people what we're actually doing. It helps to, we're not being dishonest, we have a good company culture, and we're able to display that through LinkedIn. And yeah, it helps with recruitment, it helps with retention, it helps with people want to work with companies that are quality and allows people to see behind the scenes that we are the real deal.
People also like being praised for their good work. So it's a nice thing to say, hey, really proud of my colleagues on this project. Great work, team. That kind of stuff means a lot to people. So yeah, like David was saying, it's good for attracting talent and good for retaining talent.
All right, I'm sold. What's the next step? Where do I sign up?
Justin.
Yeah, give me a shout. Justin at lexicontie.com, or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for walking me through this. Looking forward to see more executive branding on LinkedIn.
Thank you, Max.
Thanks, Max.